going on, bros? Welcome back to another trade recap. This is a trade recap of the gold trade that I took last night. Forgot to post this and make this video last night. So we're doing it right now. After the AM session trade, just hit a freaking banger in AM session. If you guys haven't watched that trade recap, go watch that. Anyways, we're on to gold now. Gold, we made $4,022.50. We actually ended up um, taking a loss and then a break even right before this, before actually hitting a W trade. So we're gonna go over everything. So firstly, the L ski that we ended up taking. So what ended up happening here, right here, off of market open, obviously left these wicks, swept out this wick, came down. I was pretty bullish, to be completely honest with you. I thought we were going to continue back to the upside. That's what I wanted to see happen. We ended up coming down, sweeping out this low right here, as you can see, and then we had a really strong reaction off of that and a 5-minute inverse right here. It's literally all that I really entered off of. I just thought that we would, eventually take these out, maybe potentially come all the way up here. Like, we've been in a pretty steady downtrend for a while. We have a ton of highs generated right here. I thought that this was, a move at least up to sweep out maybe these highs or this, kind of data wick looking sort of thing. And I was wrong, unfortunately. Um, Sized pretty light on that trade, didn't lose too much. Second trade was another 5-minute inverse. This ended up going break even. We had this 30-minute gap right here. This 30-minute gap right here. That was my break even that we ended up hitting after we entered the trade, or pretty much instantly. So it was like maybe like a 10-15 second trade. I thought that we could, eventually flush through, and this actually ended up, sweeping out this as well. And then we also tapped into lower 5-minute down here as well. So I thought that, this was once again our reverse back to the upside. So when that ended up failing, I was telling myself, okay, you know what? We just failed twice off liquidity sweep, fair value gap, 5-minute inversion, right? Which is the highest time frame inversion that I take, should be the highest probability. We just failed that twice in a row. So what are the odds that we're going to go long? Probably not that good, right? So now I'm thinking to myself, okay, well, we probably want to go short. What could we target that's lower? And we did end up leaving this low stacked with this low right here, which I was like, okay, perfect. We're probably going to go down towards that low. So obviously we ended up tapping into this 30-minute gap right here. Boom, 30-minute. This was also equilibrium of this range. We had no other gaps here. So I was, confident in taking a short off this. I believe it was a 2-minute inversion. Let's find out. Maybe a 3-minute inversion. Must have been a 3-minute inversion. Yeah, no. It was this 2-minute inversion. I just waited to see a further push down. I could have gotten a way better RR if I would have entered just straight off of this 2-minute. That would have been an insane RR. But I wanted to see us flush down, so waited for this CISD. Pretty gay that I did that, I know. But, anyways, just wanted to see us truly flush with displacement before actually entering this trade, because just this 2-minute inverse, it's really tiny, right? It's not that obvious, so therefore not something that I want to take. Ended up getting that, and then continuing to push lower. Obviously, ended up going break even after we inversed this 5-minute, I believe. Or no, the 3-minute. This was the 3-minute that I was looking at. Ended up inversing this 3-minute right here. Then I went break even. And then, we just flushed towards TP. So this was a little bit more discretionary in the sense that there's technically a 3-minute here. A little more discretionary, right? Because I didn't enter right off this inverse. I waited a little bit. We also did have this inverse down here that I could have waited for and entered off that, right? But I didn't. I entered up here because I liked this trade. Once again, like I said, we failed longs twice. The reality that we're going to, get a long again and it actually works is probably not high, right? Especially after we just swept out significant lows. We're probably going to continue back down if that's, the longs are failing. So, didn't really need to wait for maximum confirmation. realistically probably should have waited for this if you're like actually taking this trade. But like I said, I was extremely confident in this. I liked this trade, and it ended up working out as you can see. W trade 1 to 5.67 R. Beautiful, beautiful trade. No complaints about this. Ended up making obviously this loss back plus a max win for my consistency rule. So beautiful. Loved everything about this. But yeah, gold has been pretty fire lately. What I'm going to do is I'm going to trade my fundeds on gold Asia session and then evals New York AM until New York AM starts to clean up. Hopefully, it's going to be here in the next week or so because we just took out those lows in the daily range, so we should continue to push back up. But I'm going to stay off of New York AM on the fundeds because they have been tanking my P&L recently. Gold has been saving it. So, yeah, that being said, gold trade from last night. Let me know if you guys have any questions, comments, concerns, and I'll catch you tomorrow.